Hey guys, welcome to another episode of our review for the fanboyseo.com. I'm Earl, and today let's talk about Predator Badlands. So, it has been a couple of days already since it came out, and siguro pwede na natin siya pag-usapan in a spoiler-filled way, di ba? So, this is a film directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and it stars Elle Fanning, and it also features, let me go back to my screen here, Demetrius Schuster Koloamatangi. So, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, pero I think I got it right naman. So, yun nga. This is another entry sa Predator movies, sa Predator franchise na ginawa ni Dan Trachtenberg. I mean, he's already improved the Predator franchise tremendously in the past three movies that he's done. So, the first one we got was Prey. Second one was Predator Killer of Killers, which is on streaming, and then we finally have this sa movie or sa cinema, which is Predator Badlands. And it's a good story, honestly. Medyo na wiwirduhan lang ako sa may mga tao na hindi sila masaya, pero for me, kasi you want to introduce this character, this franchise to as much people as possible. You want to get a lot of fans. And ang problem here is medyo ginawa na lang PG-13. So may mga elements dun sa mga gory and bloody na elements na nawala doon sa original Predator movies, from the one with Arnold to the one with Danny Glover. So may mga parts doon na nawala in favor of making it a self-contained story about a young Yautja named Dek, and his unlikely friendship sa planet Gena, where he meets this half-torn synth na si Thea, which is played to perfection by Elle Fanning. So let's dive right into this review ha. So when I saw the trailer, sabi ko okay to kasi medyo kakaiba siya. Kasi this is, honestly, kung hindi this is like your first time watching Predator movies, this is like really the first time that we're seeing uh, a protagonist Predator. Usually kasi ang nangyayari, there's a human prey na switches sides. In the end, it becomes the prey becomes the Predator, and the Yodja are the ones who are pretty much the killers. Pero dito, we have a completely different, actually kung iisipin mo nga, para siya reflection siya ng Prey, which starred Amber Mid-Thunder, who plays Naru Dusano, which was set in the time of the Indians Reserve, wild area tong time na yon. So may resemblance siya, and may structural resemblance siya for me, from Prey, which is good kasi parang for me Trachtenberg is like nailing the formula properly. So he has this formula that worked and works up until now. The cinematics for this, or the visuals are very good ha. I was half expecting actually na medyo magmumukha siyang mas maraming dark sequences. Pero surprisingly konti lang, which makes it fun kasi you're fighting a lot of different creatures, a lot of different design creatures and monsters so to speak. Pero yun nga, in daylight. So mas na-enjoy mo yung action sequences. I particularly loved yung scene nila dun sa dun sa Razor Grass, which is very fun very fun, and it's also one of those awesome moments na we get to see Deck be the good guy, be the hero that he is. Although, to be fair, Deck's a little bit of an idiot din kasi hindi siya yung tipo ng classic Predator na may mask and may plasma caster, which we'll get to that a little bit later. He's really just like parang run talaga siya of the litter. Yun nga yung point kung bakit siya gustong patayin yung dad niya, and why he's also so hell bent on going to this quest, killing the Kalisk that has been a target of the other Yotja in the past. There's a lot of also good elements here sa film na to na I really wasn't expecting. Yung symbiosis or yung relationships between siblings was a nice touch, like si Deck and si Quay when the film starts. And then we also have the subversion or yung the dark mirror version naman, which is the relationship between Tia and Tessa, which is also played by Elle Fanning. So the difference na lang with them is yung kay Tessa's eyes is medyo white yung ano, so technically blind siya on the one eye. And then Tia has a complete set of eyes. That's the only marker na ano. Pero on top of that, we get to see um, what kind of synths are here now. Kasi just a little bit of a background, guys, in case hindi kayo masyadong naka-follow sa sci-fi franchises na to. Wayland Yutani is usually connected with the Alien franchise. And surprise, surprise, merong mga touches and references to the Alien movies here sa Predator. So could that mean that we are when I was watching this, I was already thinking na is this the foundation that we're gonna see a good version of Alien versus Predator? I mean, I love the first one, even if people hated it. Pero ako gusto ko siya. Second one was sobrang hindi mo masyado mapapanood kasi sobrang laging dilim, which well, that it is what it is, guys. Pero yun nga, dito we're getting the seeds planted in for the alien. Wala tayong aliens na makikita, pero ang gusto ko dito, may part doon na may hinahanap sila na sinasabi nila na we have to capture this. And if you know your alien lore, alam mo ang wala silang gustong ma-capture, or wala ang number one target nilang i-capture lagi at dalhin sa Earth para pag-eksperimentohan, which we saw already in the Disney Plus series, ay yung mga xenomorphs. So, having this, tapos parang teaser lang siya, pero eventually, it's revealed na yung Kalisk pala talaga yung hinahanap nila, which is okay lang. It helps contain the book para kumbaga walang loose ends na may na-expect, which is okay with me. The other thing that I also loved sa film na to was the design for Deck. May part doon when the start yung nagland siya sa Gena and nagsa-stock siya or nag-i-inventory siya ng mga na dala niya na items, na tools. And parang na-realize natin na parang ito lang yung niya, kulang siya. And it also reflects kung bakit kulang siya is because hindi siya actual predator pa. Hindi pa siya Yautja. He cannot call himself Yautja, which is a good thing na babalikan natin at the end. So, 'di ba? Parang maganda naman yung solid yung script writing niya, the process na we start from A where hindi siya ganun ka and then as the movie progresses and by the time we end the film, we're already seeing na ayun na nga yung nag-improve na siya, nag-evolve na siya, na may cathartic effect na nangyari sa kanya and medyo naging smarter na siya. It's also nice na all throughout the movie, we saw different elements sa planet which he eventually uses when he does this parang final attack dun sa Wayland Yutani compound. I loved it. I loved it. Yung bone bison, yung needles na may poison, na may paralysis, yung kanyang little plasma caster na nagbubuga ng corrosive acid. Ang ganda. Sobrang natuwa ko na parang nung part na yun, nakita ko na parang nilalagay niya dito tapos pinapakain niya. Tapos ay shit, yun pala yun. Yun yung point niya nun. Kasi it also circles back sa part na si Tessa got yung plasma caster na totoong plasma caster ng mga Yautja. So dito, dahil wala nga siyang is out of his league, so to speak, medyo underdog yung dating niya eh. So he had to come up with some ingenious way, which again really settles into the idea na nag-evolve siya and he grew up through the experiences dun sa hunting and eventually saving si Bud, yung mom ni Bud. Also love yung mga scenes ni Elle Fanning here. Ang ganda na kasi natutuwa ako, sobrang quirky niya, sobrang funny niya, pero eventually may dark side din siya. I mean, not dark side, pero meron din naman din siyang emotional side, which is also explored na parang why were you given emotions? Are you given there to understand really the planet or it's something else? I love that idea. I love that that concept. And Also, it gets to be mirrored sa dalawang magkapatid, sa sisters, si Tessa and si Tia. Si Tia embraces the idea of using their emotions to really understand. She's following kung anong set parameters ng code na binigay sa kanya, kasi she's a Sith, 'di ba? And then Tia on the other hand rejects that. And para sa kanya, naintindihan mo rin yung siya sa side ni Tessa as a villain na parang I did that, ginawa ko yung goal, yung ginawa ko na mag show emotion, to care for other people, and look where it got me. I lost my sister, and I almost lost my I almost lost, 'di ba? I almost lose my job, so to speak. So very good din naman yung ano. It also, I love yung concept nila na nag-build sila ng lore into what the whole Yotja Prime is. I mean, we've seen snippets throughout the different Predator movies, up until Killer of Killers, where we get to see Yotja Prime in full effect. We saw their society, at least partially, kasi there's a nice twist at the end. I wasn't really expecting that as well. Pero we see that they're very much like a tribalism yung full effect sa kanila. And it's nice to know, finally, na apparently kasi sa Dark Horse books, which has been running for 30 years before nakuha ni Marvel recently, they had a lot of content, a lot of comic books, stories, novels that details na matriarchal society sila. When I say matriarchal, ang mga boss ay yung mga babae. So apparently, mga babae ang mga stronger. Well, there was a part in history, like few years na yung mga when they draw the female Yautja, it's really the bigger ones, mga Death by Snoo style. Pero later, medyo nag-shift na yung design nila. So mas mukhang feminine na yung mga Yautja na matriarchs, mga babaeng Yautja. Pero they were forcing, or they were really leaning into the idea na mas ginagamit nila yung tactics, mas gumagamit sila ng utak versus sa mga males na brawn and brute force ang ginagamit, which is why they came up on top and sila yung parang boss, which goes back to yung content, yung last part dun sa film, wherein after lumabas ng logo na Predator Badlands, it flashed for a couple of seconds, tapos we go back just like a couple of seconds after Deck defeats his dad. Makita natin na dumating na yung mom niya, and Tia was like, sino yan, who's that? And then Deck goes, it's my mother. And then that's it fades to black. Wala tayong post credit scene, it's just that scene, which also paints a bigger picture, which is why I'm really happy and hyped for this film. Kasi while we did not get to see any aliens, while we did not get to see any connections that has been released, or that has been revealed in Killer of Killers, as well as yung special segment sa Killer of Killers na hindi natin nakita do sa original na movie, or sa original release. It came out like in social media na lang, wherein we saw si Dutch and si Harrigan was frozen in cryo sleep then. So we don't know how long they've been captured. How we don't know how long, or yung Earth time, what time sa timeline to nangyari. What we do know is that they are building something big. So they are building an endgame, sa so to speak, a cinematic version of Avengers Endgame for the Predator franchise, and maybe also for the Alien franchise. I mean, ngayon pa lang ginalaw ng baso yung aliens. Ngayon pa lang nagkaroon ng Alien Earth. Ngayon pa lang nagkaroon ng movement na medyo aligned sa kung ano yung gusto ni 20th Century Fox and ni Disney. So yeah, I'm really hyped for this. So there's a lot of things na may enjoy mo. And also guys, PG-13, so mas may enjoy, madadala mo yung mga young teenage kids ninyo, di katulad noon na I remember nga nung time na lumabas yung Predator 2. And I was telling my wife about this, na parang nanood kami ni Airpods ng VHS ng Predator 2. So sobrang tagal na nun, 'di ba? VHS. So okay lang. I mean, hindi naman siya sa gore, pero biglang may bold. So may scene doon na parang may alam mo na. So dito wala kang, hindi ka problema sa, tapos syempre may gory, may mga skin, may mga siniskin alive na, may siniskin na tao, may mga yung trophy na yung classic Predator na ginagawa nila na yung skull nililinis, ginagana nila. So it's kinda here, but it's also kinda not here. So they just really just turned it into little Jimmy slash PG-13 era sort of violence. So even if they give us the most brutal moments, uh, parang at least they get away with it kasi they can say na, ay, alien naman yan eh. Synth naman yung mga yan eh. Even if they look human, they're not humans dun sa story. So, context-wise. And at the same time, kahit yung bloody scene dun sa uh, nung lumaban si Dex sa Bone Bison, you can still argue na even yeah, it's brutal and it's bloody, it's gory, pero it's not human and it's an alien, so to speak. So you parang medyo bawas na agad yung violence factor doon. Kasi I mean we're literally playing games where we kill aliens and demons, so why the hell not? Anyway, it's a good story, self-contained. I love it. Gusto ko rin yung design. I love how they are panning out or how they are planning out the next few projects there. We still don't know what it is, pero meron naman yan eventually. The designs are good. The planet is also good. I would really like to see more of this planet. Sana may comics silang ilabas or meron silang prequel or whatever. It's even the other characters like si Quay is an interesting character. And medyo yung trophy room din, medyo gusto ko pa makita kung ano yung mga creatures doon, ano yung mga trophies na naka-display doon kasi I was really hoping to see another Xenomorph pero wala, at least, di ba? Anyway guys, ayun nga, Predator Badlands is now still showing in cinemas. So I suggest you catch it. I loved it because yung screening na ina-invitean ako, which was with Tier 1 Entertainment, was a 4D experience. So yung every bump, every roll, every strike was sobrang saya. Also, I'd like to thank SM Cinema for inviting me kaso I missed out on that. Pero syempre, still thank you SM and SM only for that. And yeah, so if I'm gonna give this rating, I'm gonna give this an A. So you better watch it, catch it on IMAX, catch it on regular cinema if you have the time. Don't miss out on this kasi kung manonood man kayo for this part of the year, ito na yon. Tapos siguro next na is MMFF. Anyway guys, my name is Earl again. I hope you could like and subscribe to this video and catch you in the movies.